If you're considering buying a used Hyundai, you're not alone. Over the last decade, Hyundai has gone from being dismissed as a budget brand to becoming a serious player in the mainstream car market. The company's newer cars look sharp, feel modern, and come loaded with technology that often rivals Toyota, Honda, and even some entry-level luxury brands. But the truth about used Hyundai cars is a little more layered than glossy marketing might suggest. On the surface, they offer incredible value. Newer models with modern features can be had for thousands less than comparable rivals. Underneath, however, certain engines, model years, and long-term ownership realities demand a careful look before you buy. Hyundai's reputation today is built on strong feature sets and affordability. A used Hyundai will almost always give you more car for your money. Larger touchscreens, heated seats, panoramic sunroofs, and safety technology that feels much newer than what you'd get for the same price in other brands. Over the years, Hyundai also improved its build quality and design language dramatically. The interiors of newer Elantras, Sonatas, Tucsons, and Santa Fes feel far more refined than the bare-bones cabins of the early 2000s. The driving experience, too, became smoother and quieter as Hyundai invested heavily in better materials and engineering. Certainly for many buyers, that makes a used Hyundai an appealing way to step up into a newer, better-equipped car without stretching the budget too far. Another advantage that makes Hyundais attractive on the used market is their warranty and certified pre-owned programs. When new, Hyundais come with one of the most generous warranties in the industry, 10 years or 100,000 miles on the powertrain. While that warranty doesn't fully transfer to second owners, many certified pre-owned Hyundais sold through dealerships come with extended coverage and thorough inspections. That means if you find a late-model Hyundai with a clean history and certified backing, you can buy with a degree of peace of mind that you don't often get with a used car. But then there's the other side of the truth, the mechanical and reliability pitfalls that have haunted Hyundai for parts of the past decade. The biggest cloud hanging over Hyundai's used lineup has been the Theta 2 engine debacle. This 2.0-liter and 2.4-liter gasoline direct injection engine, used in several models between 2011 and 2014, including the Sonata, Santa Fe, Tucson, and some Kia siblings, became notorious for catastrophic engine failures. The problem stemmed from metal debris left in the engine during manufacturing, which could restrict oil flow and cause bearing wear. Over time, that led to knocking sounds, oil consumption, stalling, and in some cases, engine fires. The issue became serious enough to spark multiple recalls, lawsuits, and billions in warranty settlements. Hyundai did address the issue through recalls and extended warranties, offering free inspections, engine replacements, and even software updates that detect early signs of failure. Still, not every affected car received proper service, and some slipped through the cracks. That's why buying a used Hyundai from that era requires extra caution. Always check the vehicle's VIN through NHTSA's recall database or Hyundai's own recall site to confirm whether the recall work was done. If it wasn't, or if the car shows any signs of engine trouble, like ticking noises, oil burning, or check engine lights, walk away. Repairing or replacing an engine in those models can cost anywhere from $4,000 to $8,000, depending on labor rates and the specific engine. In some cases, even used replacement engines aren't cheap because of how widespread the issue became. Thankfully, Hyundai learned from that episode. From around 2016 onward, the automaker began refining its engine designs, adopting better manufacturing quality control, and introducing a new wave of vehicles that have largely shed the reliability stigma. If you look at the 2018 and newer Hyundai models, cars like the Elantra, Sonata, Tucson, and Santa Fe, you'll find far fewer complaints about major engine problems. Instead, the focus has shifted to minor electronics issues or infotainment glitches, which, while annoying, are nowhere near as financially damaging as an engine failure. To understand whether a used Hyundai makes financial sense, let's look at current market prices. The 2018 Hyundai Elantra, for instance, now sells for around $9,000 to $15,000 depending on trim, mileage, and condition. The base SE trims with higher miles might go for just under $9,000, while the more premium limited or sport versions with lower miles can push toward $15,000. A 2018 Sonata midsize sedan tends to sit in the $11,000 to $17,000 range, offering plenty of space and comfort for the money. If you're in the market for a compact SUV, the 2018 Hyundai Tucson is averaging between $13,000 and $19,000 on dealer lots, while the larger 2018 Santa Fe typically costs $16,000 to $22,000. These numbers can vary by region, but generally, a used Hyundai gives you 2 to 3 years newer equipment for the same money you'd spend on a Toyota or Honda of an older vintage. Of course, lower purchase price is only one part of the equation. The other part is how much it costs to keep the car running. Regular maintenance for a Hyundai, talking oil changes, tire rotations, and brake service, tends to be affordable, similar to Toyota or Nissan. Expect to spend roughly $400 to $600 per year if you're just doing scheduled maintenance. Where things can get expensive is when larger components fail. A replacement alternator or starter motor usually costs between $400 and $700, including labor. Replacing an air conditioning compressor might be around $1,200. Transmission work can range widely. Minor repairs may cost $1,000 to $1,500, while a full transmission replacement could exceed $3,500. These problems aren't unique to Hyundai. That's just how most modern cars are built. But it's still good to know that even though Hyundai parts don't cost too much, having repairs done at a dealership can be more expensive than going to an independent mechanic. When it comes to older Hyundais, depreciation works both for and against you. A 2012 or 2013 Sonata, for example, can often be found for as little as $5,000 to $7,000, which sounds like a bargain until you consider that many of those cars fall within the Theta 2 engine era. The risk of a $5,000 engine repair on a $6,000 car doesn't make much sense. That's why experts often recommend avoiding those early 2010s models unless you can confirm with documentation that the engine was replaced or serviced under Hyundai's extended recall campaign. The story improves dramatically for later models. A 2018 or newer Hyundai Elantra, Tucson, or Santa Fe will not only feel newer inside, but also hold up much better mechanically. Owners consistently report smoother operation and fewer issues with oil consumption or stalling. RepairPal estimates that the average annual repair cost for a Hyundai Elantra is around $450, while a Tucson averages about $475, both slightly below the industry average. These cars also achieve good fuel economy, with Elantras regularly posting 35 to 40 miles per gallon on the highway and Tucson's averaging close to 30 miles per gallon combined, keeping running costs low. One of the unsung truths about Hyundai is that its newer models have matured in design and comfort far more than most people realize. Step inside a 2019 Sonata Limited, for instance, and you'll find yourself surrounded by soft-touch materials, an intuitive infotainment system, and driver assistance features such as adaptive cruise control, blind spot detection, and lane keeping assist. When new, the 2019 Sonata started around $23,000, but used examples now hover between $13,000 and $18,000, depending on mileage. It must satisfy to know that the depreciation hit to the first owner is your gain. Hyundai SUVs follow a similar story. The Santa Fe, once a simple midsize SUV, evolved into a comfortable, family-friendly hauler. A 2019 Santa Fe SEL, which sold new for about $28,000, can now be found in the used market for around $17,000 to $20,000. That's thousands less than a comparable Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4 of the same year, yet you still get similar features. The Tucson, Hyundai's smaller SUV, mirrors that value proposition. Even the newer models, such as the 2020 Tucson, typically cost around $18,000 to $23,000 used, which is compelling given its standard safety equipment and warranty coverage. The maintenance and repair costs for these SUVs remain relatively modest unless you venture into higher mileage or poorly maintained examples. A brake job on a Santa Fe will likely run $400 to $600, while a set of tires can be anywhere from $700 to $900 depending on brand. The 2.4-liter and 2.0-liter turbo engines used in the newer Santa Fe's have been mostly reliable, but regular oil changes and timing chain inspections are crucial to keeping them that way. Skipping maintenance is what ruins these cars, not necessarily inherent poor engineering. Electric and hybrid Hyundai models introduce a different layer of consideration. The Kona Electric and Ioniq have proven to be solid entries into the EV market, but used buyers must pay attention to battery health and recall history. A battery replacement on an EV is expensive, often exceeding $10,000, though Hyundai has been proactive about warranty coverage for its EV batteries. If you're shopping for one, verify that any necessary recall or software updates were performed, and if possible, have a dealership run a diagnostic to confirm the battery's health before purchasing. One overlooked factor in Hyundai ownership is insurance and parts availability. Because Hyundai isn't viewed as a high-risk brand for theft or sports performance, insurance premiums tend to be lower than comparable Japanese or European models. Replacement parts, too, are readily available, and aftermarket options often keep costs manageable. You won't face the part scarcity that sometimes affects niche brands or discontinued models. Where Hyundai lags slightly behind some competitors is long-term resale value. Hyundais depreciate faster than Toyotas or Hondas, meaning your car will be worth less down the road compared to those brands. That's not necessarily bad news for a used buyer, since depreciation is your friend. You're buying after someone else has absorbed that loss. But it does mean you should focus on getting a clean, well-maintained example, rather than chasing the absolute lowest price. A car that's a few thousand more, but comes with a service record and a cleaner history report will almost always be the smarter buy. Another truth that surfaces when talking to long-term Hyundai owners is that the ownership experience depends heavily on upkeep. A well-maintained Hyundai can easily go beyond 150,000 miles without major drama. However, when maintenance is skipped, especially oil changes and transmission fluid services, these cars tend to show their age faster. That's why inspecting service records is essential. Look for consistent oil changes at 5,000-mile intervals and evidence of scheduled maintenance at 30,000, 60,000, and 90,000 miles. Cars that meet those marks often run quietly and smoothly well past the 100,000-mile mark. The reality of used car shopping is that many Hyundais have been leased or used as daily commuters, meaning they've seen lots of city miles. That's not inherently bad, but it does mean paying attention to wear and tear items like brakes, suspension components, and tires. Worn bushings or struts can make a Hyundai feel older than it is, and while replacing them isn't terribly expensive, often around $400 to $800 for both front struts, it's something you can use as leverage when negotiating the price. The broader picture is that Hyundai's recent reliability record has been improving steadily. Independent reliability studies from J.D. Power and Consumer Reports show Hyundai ranking around or just above the industry average. That means you're not taking an unusual gamble, but you do need to be smart about which car and year you pick. A 2017 Plus Hyundai, maintained properly, is likely to be as dependable as most other mainstream vehicles on the road today. Ultimately, the truth about used Hyundai cars is that they occupy a sweet spot between affordability and modern refinement, provided you buy wisely. A 2018 or newer model, bought from a reputable seller with full maintenance history, gives you modern tech, good fuel economy, and solid reliability for thousands less than many competitors. But a neglected, earlier decade Hyundai with the wrong engine or patchy service record can turn what looked like a great deal into a costly mistake. If you found the video useful, be sure to hit the like button to support us. Thank you.